Hello Year 13 and Happy New Year. We are going to have a look in this video at the lesson that we did last time about the critical perspectives in media part 1, exam, basically. Learning intention is to understand the format, shape and demands of the question for section A, which is called theoretical evaluation of production, where you evaluate your own production work. Now, what you need to know is that in this question, it's predictable what the question is going to ask. It's going to be something along the lines of, how have you developed in, and then one of the following areas. Now, obviously, we don't know which one, so you've got to be really clear what you'd say, and we've got to practice writing answers about each of these things. How have you developed in digital technology? How have you developed in creativity? How have you developed in research and planning? Okay, and it's talking about how you've got better or changed your approach from AS to A2. It's really important that we do this now so that you can then, hopefully it'll help you in the way that you use digital technology in your coursework, for example. Because if you're thinking, well, I haven't developed much, really, or I can't really describe how I've developed, then you need to put a bit more time into your development of that area. Right, so some of the sample questions are: describe the way in which your production work was informed by research into real media texts, and how your ability to use such research for production developed over time. So it's looking at how you've looked into real text. Now, yeah, I'm not going to talk to you about that too much detail next. We'll do a lesson on it. But just think about that. What could you say? What sophisticated answer could you come up with? If all you can come up with is to say, well, I watched some music videos and then plan my own, that's not going to be quite enough, is it? You've got to think about how you've been influenced. And if you haven't been influenced, you need to try and, get that back somehow. You need to go back to your video and see, what could you say about it? You will have been influenced in some ways. It's just being able to describe it. Right, this is describe how you developed research and planning skills and evaluate how these skills contributed to creative decision making. Now that's interesting because it's talking about research and planning and creativity. So it might ask us about two things in the same film. So it's not going to go outside the list that we've prepared. It's not going to be different to the list on the previous slide, but it might refer to two of them. Look at this. Refer to a range of examples in your answer. You've got to know your examples. And this one, describe how you developed your skills in the use of digital technology for media production and evaluate how these skills contributed to your creative decision making. Refer to a range of examples in your answer to show how these skills developed over time. Now, this is the one that we're looking at, and this is the one that you'll do a sample answer for today. Okay, but before we just jump straight into a sample answer, I'll remind you that we should have filled this in. I've just missed out the top here. It says use of digital technologies from AS and A2 at the top. What digital technology have you used? Focusing in on the three that you think are most influential. How did you use them? How did it enable you to take creative decisions? And how have your skills changed or developed? All right, so this is just a little sort of thinking, planning frame, which hopefully, well, I know that you filled them in. We'll have to have a look at them. Hope you've got them with you. If not, it's not a disaster. We can always whiz through that again. So that was that, and then we're thinking about our planning success criteria. Clear points related to the title and giving specific examples will get you skilled. It'll get you an E or a D. Excellence is looking for increasingly detailed or subtle points, moving beyond the obvious. So, we've all used maybe, I don't know, PowerPoint, or we've all used a digital camera. It's obvious, isn't it, to say that? Can you think of some more specific, more unusual technologies that you might have used? Give specific examples, explain their significance in detail, use media terminology with increasing precision and confidence. So all this stuff is from the mark scheme, and it's the stuff that gets you good marks. Okay, right. I'm going to stop this film now, which is just sort of the point of this one was just to review what we did last term. And next film, I'm going to look at this sample answer and talk you through its strengths and weaknesses. So we're going to look at some models before you sit down and write your own answer to this question. Okay, brilliant.